Dan, that takes me to my next question in terms of the trends that you see elsewhere. And I certainly would like to give that as a recommendation to boards of here, that the boards need to be not real time, but they need to be far more active and far more agile to help the executive. And I'm not sure the model of just fixed duration meetings and fixed frequency meetings is something that may work in the long or even in the near short term, given the way the world is changing so rapidly. And the other one that I asked a lot of questions around, and I think not seeing too much traction there, is how do you bring technology to the board in its work? I'm not talking about apps, but how do you digitally enable the board, or enable the board through technology so they're able to discharge their functions a lot more easier and a lot more efficiently. Are you seeing any tech trends in boards in different parts of the world?
We are. We're seeing more attention paid to technology and how it's changing. Certainly in things like artificial intelligence and all of the chat bots that have arisen over the last couple of months and how we deal with that. I mean, that perhaps is the most direct example of how boards have just got to respond to this, because of course it's a strategic challenge. So there's that. I think every board is now sort of scrambling to understand how it will affect and impact its business and its strategy. I think there's a lot of boards that are looking to bring on new expertise onto boards to help them get more tech savvy. I think this has been happening for some time. It started with cyber expertise about a decade ago, when boards realized that cyber breaches were a real concern, that they needed some sort of expertise there. I think it's changing now to AI a bit, but also just a more general expertise and comfort with technology and the bleeding edge of technology. As ever with boards and different skill sets, there's a debate about should we in miniature, the question is framed as sit or hire, right? Do we decide to bring someone on the board and sit them on the board with an expertise, or can we hire that expertise and have them be an advisor to the board? I think you're seeing different approaches there, just like you have in other areas of board skills. For example, legal expertise that might be one, but for AI or for technology, we're starting to see just a more general trend to bring on more tech expertise onto boards. We're seeing a lot of thinking being done around board committees. You said earlier that boards are finding that it just isn't enough to meet 4 or 5 times a year. And so the way to solve this problem, to support management better, is to develop ad hoc working groups or ad hoc committees. Maybe these aren't committees that last for years and years, like the audit committee or the remuneration committee, but it's a tech committee to look at something for a short period of time. So you are seeing some experimentation here. And I think a lot of boards are definitely looking to see what they can do.